Hello everyone, and welcome back to Crater City. Looking a bit more swish today, because I decided to add, I installed a shaders pack onto my launcher. Unfortunately, it gives me about maybe 11 frames per second, so can't really use that for long-term things. But these brief little instant entry shots we can do quite nicely. So we're back here at the cows, and mostly it works, except that I grossly underestimated the amount of time it takes for the cows to grow up. Specifically, it takes about 4 or 5 times the length of our timer at the moment, so we need to actually do some rewiring to try and fix that. So that's what we'll be doing today. Oh yeah, and if anyone happens to have any ideas of how to increase the frame rate on a shader pack, let me know. Send me a message, because it'll clog up the comments otherwise. Other than that, hop over to my view and we'll take a look. So, what we mostly need to do is head down here again, where we thankfully still have access. Add a little window here so we can see what's happening in there. Makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, everything back here is more or less unchanged, although I've disconnected this so that we can actually not have it running all the time right now. But what we need to do is basically build another one of these, and then instead of having it be attached to the T flip-flop, we need to actually attach it to the counter over here, which is all of these. So basically every time that this turns over, instead of triggering this, it will trigger the counter on the next timer over, which will then have another item go through, so we can have, like, say 4 items in it, and it will only complete its circuit whenever it actually goes to the 4th one. That also, however, means that we need a bit of a T flip-flop here. So I'm thinking a pair of droppers facing into each other and a comparator going to here, and then we can have this trigger a dropper when it's triggered. So that should help things quite a bit. So let's build the hopper memory circuit first. Hopper dropper, sorry. And that means we're going to need a bit of redstone and a bit of cobble. So, have that all on me, so we need 2 of these. Doop doop. There we go. And I've already disconnected the timer, so not that big of an issue. Am I carrying a... I am carrying a lever. Just to keep things a bit more stable here. There. Okay, so plug that there, and that there. And can I just put one here? Yes, I can. So let's stick a bit of dirt in here. Yep, and that has nothing. But if I trigger that, and now it has something. Okay, that's good. Although it's probably better if I had that be just a piece of wire coming down here. Let's try that. Oh, that may or may not cause some issues. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see, comparator there. Okay, so when the dirt is outside of this dropper, it will the timer will be able to run, and any further attempts by the system to actually make it run will be completely irrelevant. So when this turns back off, for example, then this can still keep running until it's finished. And then we just have to have this this line here control this hopper, this dropper as well. I keep calling them hoppers. I don't know why that is, but I do. Okay, and we're going to need to expand back here a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't have an enchanted pick, but that may be our next thing on the menu. Yep. Still have my macros, so that's something at least. So yeah, this is one of the reasons that I liked using this design quite a bit, because you can have it be turned off on one side, or you can have it count a bit more reliably and stuff. It's very handy that way. Okay. A little more maybe. And we can use the side of this quite happily, I think. So, let's put the hoppers down. There. Okay, so there's our counting hoppers. Oop, that was a funky lag spike. That was weird. I'm presently trying to record this at a higher frame rate than normal, so it may go a little wonky ever so occasionally. Okay, and then down here. Oh, I actually need to have things down there, don't I, as well? Okay, so there. And the other two hoppers here. Right. To make another one of these. I'm a comparator short. I can fix that easily, no problem. And then we can use the output from one of these to trigger the circuit, which is not too difficult. Doop, 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 doop. Let's see, that timer presently goes at about 5 minutes or so, I think. Must be 3. Let me do some math quickly. The hoppers transfer at a rate of 1 item per second, roughly. There are 64 items per stack. There are 5 stacks. That's 320 seconds, which is about 5 1/3 minutes. So we need about 4 items in here. Doop, doop. Okay. And let's put in our memory block. I also want to use a cactus just for weirdness. Okay. And add that. Okay, we're still missing a comparator there, so let's go grab that quickly. Doop. Whoop. I haven't managed to find a fortune pick just yet, so I've still got my bunch of nether quartz running around. But, doop. Okay, and I have that, so let's grab that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, doop. Doot, 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 doot. Comparator, there we go. No problem whatsoever. So the idea, I think I've mentioned this before, is that they come down here because the babies can fit through that gap, whereas the adults can't. And then from there, then from there they trigger the tripwire, which triggers this, which empties out this dropper, which turns off that comparator so that this whole system can run. Yep, that's good, that's not moving. Even though that's off, good. And then, this will occasionally go off, which allows just enough time for 1 item to come out of these hoppers. And once that turns over, which should be over to here. Yep. Once that turns over, it triggers this, and well, it triggers a 1-tick release of lava into there, as well as this dropper to spit the dirt back into there and turn off the timer. So nothing is running when it doesn't need to be, which is always a plus. And we can get everything running quite nicely. So now I just need to hook that signal up to here. Now, let me see, what is the way to know if there are no items? If there's no items in there, then there should be a torch turned off here. So we could use that. Okay, that's a bit more direct. Would only be a brief pulse, but it only needs to be for these. Although we could also probably turn that into a 1-tick pulse to make sure, because otherwise these might not work properly and we might just get lava stuck there. Okay, well, let me have this run and see what we get. Yep, we have lava stuck out there. That's not good. Wait, has that been... Wow, that's running. Oh. Okay, we need to go take this into a block as well then. Because otherwise it's triggering this one, because this is getting power. Okay, well, that'll be fine for the moment. So we need to stick this into a 1-tick timer. which is fairly easy to do. Let's see. I don't have a redstone repeater on me. Wow, we're getting a fair bit of lag today. Not sure why that is. There. Okay, so that makes us our timer. Almost. Yep, so there goes the lava, that's good. Okay, and we need 2 torches, a dot, 3 more stone, which I mostly have from mining with my fortune, no, not my fortune, my silk touch pick. Okay, send that into there. Get a 1 tick pulse. Right, so... Oh, hey, hi keeper. Okay, so when power stops coming out of here, then it means that all the items have shuffled out and this is turned over, and that will cause the wrong response, actually, so I need to reverse it like this. But that's not too difficult to do either. Just need to turn around where all the things are. Oh, bye, keeper. Ooh, except it'll cause a dot there. That's a little problem. Well, I can't just move this down. Much easier. Okay. Doop. And why do I suddenly have that many repeaters on me? Have I been a derp and had to gone and made a repeater when I didn't? When I already had one? Quite possibly. Okay. Well, that saves me some time then. I'm going to get more. Doop, doop, doop. And I will need a block there, so that these 2 lines don't cross. Okay, there we go. So, when power stops coming here, that dot of a wire back there will turn off, and there will be a delay between that and this one turning on, so that will pulse, and that will trigger all of these things quite nicely. And that is still counting down. Let's give it a bit of a hand. Okay, so that should be fully functional now, so let's grab some wheat. We'll have to wait until this timer is finished turning over, but that should be done by the time we get there. And then we shall give this a test. So, let's see, wheat. Do we have any wheat lying around? We have a fair bit of wheat lying around. I think there's only about 6 cows in here at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe. Which is fine. I reworked this little hook up a bit so we can actually get closer to them and they'll still manage to fall down, so that's good. And has our timer turned over? That's something I should... That's maybe something I should add like an alert light for. Oop, hopper's going a bit wonky. Yeah. Okay, block is in there, nothing in there. Okay, let's give this a shot. Doop. Doop. Okay, cows. Okay, we just keep doing this, and I can see that the wheat in my hand is going a bit wonky. Not quite sure why that is. Am I duping items somehow? What's happening? And why aren't they mating? I don't see any babies. What's going on? Everyone is happy, but I don't see babies. Okay, well apparently we're getting some lag on the server today. Some strange lag. But we got the wiring done, so that's something at least. Right, so... Strangeness abounds. Well, not much else is words. All the words. How many people are there? 8. Yeah, so not much else has happened, but that's I'm gonna call that done, and if I have any issues, I'll put that sign back up. There doesn't seem to be anything there. And I can't even hear or see any special guys, and that hasn't turned over. So whatever's going on, I don't know what it is. Yeah, but not much has been going on. I've mostly been spending the time getting ready to go back to university, which I do in about 2 weeks. Looks like that's going to be a fun time, because I basically get to play Minecraft for my final year project. Which I guess that was something you guys might be interested to hear about. My plan for my final year project, because this will be my last year at university, is to create a mod which creates a couple of new creatures who use a brand new kind of, well, I mean, I'm sure someone's come up with this idea, because it's unlikely that I've thought of it myself. A brand new kind of intelligence AI system, which uses this task system that Minecraft presently uses to allow them to do complex things like open doors and attack creatures and whatnot. But controlled, like presently the way a task system works is that you have, let's say task A. Task A will only trigger if its conditions are met. So say opens a door, door must be closed, must be in range of door, that kind of thing. The way I would work it is I would either remove the those limiters, or I would add on to them a sort of emotional variable. So like attack creature if within range, if hostile to creature, and if angry enough or not afraid afraid enough. So from there, that would basically add some emotional variables, which would be moderated, let's just say controlled, altered, whatnot, by a neural network, a fairly small network most likely, because if you get them big, they start to get really funky around here. Is my render distance turned down? No, it's not. That's weird. Yeah, I'm also on another custom profile here, which is Optifine, so my frames are really high at the moment. I'm trying to record at about 60 frames per second, see how you guys like that. Looks really smooth to me, but it's fairly smooth at 30 anyways. Oop. Okay, so that's my idea for the for my final year project. The reason that would be interesting to see is because it gives them all the complex behaviors that you want to see out of creatures. Like you want to see sheep eating grass to get their wool back. You want to see zombies pathing to try and get to their enemies. You want to see creepers hiding and all that sort of stuff. But it means that they're able to learn. I mean, it makes them not idiots when they're trying to do it. For example, you won't have an Enderman teleport if he's going to go into water, that kind of stuff. And you won't have a sheep walk forward if he's going to fall into lava. That's really more of a function of the pathfinding system I should mention, but similar kind of idea. Basically, it means that if you manage to make them angry enough, they'll stop doing things that would otherwise maybe make them safe. If you manage to scare them enough, then they'll flee rather than actually try and hurt you, even though that would be their normal process. Makes them a lot more alive, makes them a lot more intelligent, makes them a lot more responsive. Why is there a pair of leather boots in here? That's odd. I presume that's from someone who's running around and stuff. And as I thought, do we have any witches down here? No. What I really need to do is install an auto cooker in here of some kind. Some means of actually autonomically killing the witches, so that even if I'm not around when they're in there, they're murdered and their drops collected. So that way, even if they despawn, then I'll still get the loot. Because right now I haven't seen many witches, because I've just been working over here on the farm, and that means that they tend to despawn, because they're a ways away at that point. In fact, I think if I'm over here, and they will spawn here if I'm over here, then they go down there and they go over to that way. I think that distance makes them far enough away from me that they will automatically despawn. So yeah, I need to either change the direction of that to come over here instead, which I might do anyways, or I need to have them be cooked up autonomically whether I'm there or not. Both would be good either way, actually. So I may work on that next time. depending on what happens with these cows. But that is it for today. No baby cows? Let's give this one more shot, I think. Yeah. So are we gonna get baby cows if I'm over here and breeding you guys? Come on, come along. I have foods for all. No, my wheat still isn't going away. How strange. I'm not sure what that is. Again, there is another route around here, so we'll quickly try that out. Maybe it's a distance thing. But now my wheat's going away.
User entered your channel.
Whoop.
Hello?
Okay, and a little more. Right, and now let's hop over to here.
Nifty.
Come on, down you go, down you go.
Alright, dude.
Oh, with it.
I apparently forgot to
Sounds
change
muted.
channel there. Come on, how'd you go? Okay, down he goes. So he will have now triggered that timer to start. Okay, yep, there we go. Okay, that is empty. That has an item in it. Anything further coming down here will not be able to change the values here. That is counting. And that has one less item in it because this is the first run. So, that should be enough time for... What was that? Was that a second one coming down? Can't see. But yeah, once he grows up, that timer should finish. That lava should dispense. He should be hurt by the lava and then also die from the fire. So all of his drops come down here. They go up this item elevator. And we get cooked steak and we get leather, which is what we're looking for. Whoop. Yep, there's a second one. So I gave out 6, so there should be 3 of them around here. No? Odd. Ah well. You miss out on some of the XP, but that's not a huge concern, really. Yeah, I made this back... Over here is where I originally had them falling in. I actually killed one in that route, so it was a bit of a pain to rebreed them back to numbers. But they're there now, so we've got 2 down there, and they should be burnt alive at roughly the same time. And hopefully the time I programmed into this thing is a little excessive enough that we actually get all of them to be adults when they die. I just want to see if this actually counts over. Which it should in one now. Yep, a few more items there. What are we gonna get? 2, good. Perfect. So that will count over a couple more times, and then that will be empty, and trigger this, and we'll get our pulses, and we'll get the clock turned off. So nothing will be running where it doesn't need to be, which reduces server load, among other things, and also means that the clocks will be accurate when they're triggered. So that's good. And with that, I shall see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and or a favourite. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to be notified of future updates. You can also check out the website where most other content is uploaded. That's all for now. Catch you later.